Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And if you watched the last video, you know there was a couple of kumis made that were of unusual size. And so I'm here trying to find patterns that will use the number of strings that we got. So it's, according to this, it's 18 strings, right? 18? Yes. Using my templates, that would be like a 9 string because there's 9 on either side. Either way, it still comes out to the same thing. It is what it is. So let's hang on, layer, transform. We want to rotate this clockwise, I think. All right. And now we can slide it over. Slide this over to the side. There we go. And enlarge it so we can kind of see what we're doing here. And we're going to take it a bit higher. I'm not sure how we're going to start this off or do anything with it. This is a way more complex pattern than the last one, so yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll go with the same dark again that we did last time. And paint tool. So it goes 1, 2, back, in for the diamond, up 2, over, up 2, right, and then it mirrors. So we don't have to do the other side because it mirrors. That's this. Then where this point is, there's one here. And where this points, there's one here, and there'll be one here. Yeah, this is going to be really, really complicated. Okay, so the next color is, I guess, this medium one. All right. Oops. And then it goes into the dot there, one here, and one there. All right, and then the next is the lightest color. And that is up here. As well as down here. See, this is a very creative pattern. It's also going to be really tricky to try to do any segment knotting, I think. So top this light, yep. And I don't know what's in that little top corner up there. We'll figure it out when the strings come in to play. All right, so it's dark, medium, light, and then back to the dark again. And when we get closer to the center, I kind of want to work out the underlying strings so we can create some kind of an interesting center to this. Oh wait, there's the dots. The dots actually kind of help because it's like the path sort of circles around them. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, and now we're really close to the middle again. And that's our light. So this is dark. So let's see if we can figure out what the strings are doing. Right. Oops. Yeah, I'm not sure how the segmenting will go at all on this. This seems really kind of complicated. It's interesting. It'll make for a fun bracelet. And I think the earth tones that I have for the string that's already selected, I think they're going to work out really well for this. I can maybe do this. Just make it go into just a straight up zigzag there. Because the mediums are there. The lights are here. Just to make it different for the middle, I think. I'm not sure if what I've just created is going to make my life any easier or any more difficult. I really can't say at this point. I don't know. It will make it interesting, but I may have just took something where, you know, I get used to a rhythm and then suddenly I have to do something completely out of line. We will see. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done quite a pattern like this. It feels like it's something like a double wide or a triple wide. Like there's something, the way it repeats itself is a little weird. So you can see I'm just kind of trying to fill in the underlying strings, seeing which way they go. Sometimes it really comes in handy having a pattern where you can easily see this, because then you can see if what you're holding, what strings you're working with. Be like, okay, is it going over, you know, this particular color or not? And if it's a different color than what you're seeing in the pattern, then you know you've made a mistake somewhere, and it's easier to sort of track where the mistake originated, and, you know, coming to fixing it is, you know, a lot sooner than just sort of if you were to just kind of keep going for a while, not knowing that, you know, that until the color is like needed or something, like then you realize you're like, oh no. So yeah, that used to be a problem back in the 90s when I was doing some of these patterns, because it was really difficult for me. I didn't have a computer. It was kind of before personal computers were really a thing. And so I didn't always color in the graph paper with colored pencils. And so a lot of it was, you know, trying to sort out patterns just by kind of doing it, you know. And sometimes you suddenly realize, like, oh no, that's not how this was supposed to go. Sometimes they'd be happy little accidents where you end up with something that turns out, you know, better than you thought. Sometimes it totally ruined projects. There were a number of times where I let bracelets go for like $2 just because I didn't like it. I didn't like how it turned out. Back then, I was doing a lot of, like, you know, bigger bracelets. Might have only been $5. It was different times. I didn't really consider the time put into it to matter as much, because I was enjoying what I was doing, and most of the time it was more or less my friends that were buying it. I didn't have a place to go where I could sell them or anything. Okay, I guess that's a black one. I guess. And this becomes light. Yeah. All right, so that's the whole side of it. I can hide our example now. And I can select this whole top corner. Copy, paste, flip tool, flip from my horizontal line here. Ooh. Okay, now we have to anchor the layer and merge it down. That makes it all one piece, right? So now I can take the whole top half, Control C, Control V, and go to the horizontal line and flip it. Again, we have to anchor that layer and merge it down. And there is our bracelet. It does make for a cool kind of diamonds in the center. That is pretty cool. That is pretty neat. It kind of reminds me of like a cascading waterfall, like how I don't know if you've ever seen where there's like a zigzag lines as it's coming down, as it's cascading. That's kind of neat. Kind of reminds me of that. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks to my YouTube members who make this possible. You can join. It's really easy. It's like $4 a month. The money goes to help make videos happen, buying string, buying equipment, that kind of stuff. So it really does help the channel quite a bit. It's the join button down by subscribe on YouTube. That would be fantastic. So, all right, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.